Now I'm going to edit a picture of an alligator to put on that sign. So I'll go to Gator Solo and I'll open that in Photoshop. Now it's much too dark, so I'm going to change the values of it. Going over to the layer window, with the layer selected, I'll go down to the black and white cookie at the bottom and I'll choose black and white to silhouette it. Again, I'll go to layers and I'll go to the black and white cookie again, and I'm going to choose levels. Now if I look at the levels, I can see that the middle values are dominating the values here. I'll click on the one at the far right and drag that to where that wave begins. Then I'll click on the one on the far left and I'll drag it into where the wave begins as well. I'm going to go to my layer window and I'm going to go to select all, and then I'm going to go to edit, copy, merged, and then edit, paste. So essentially what I just did was I made a separate layer with all this on it in case I want to go back and change this. I haven't altered the original file. Now I want to make a selection of that using the magic wand tool. I'll hit W on the keyboard and I'll start by setting my tolerance at the top of the user interface to 20. And then I'll click anywhere in the dark values and then I'll right click and choose similar. I'll now hold down the command key and hit C to copy, and I will go to my marble and I'll paste it in and save. Next we're going to scale the alligator. I'll hit Command T and I'll just drag from one of the corners to make it fit. I'm going to make the scale about 70%. And then I'm going to hold down my Command key and I'm going to click directly on the small icon with the alligator on it, and you'll see it makes a selection of that shape. I'm going to turn off the layer. Next I'll select the marble texture and I will hit Command J on the keyboard. And it's going to give me that selection with the pattern of the marble in it. Next, I want to change the direction of this and make it darker. So I'm going to go to Bevel and Emboss, and I'm going to make sure that Use Global Light is off, and then I'm going to go down to where the angle is, and I'm going to click on that little ball, and I'm going to bring it back up more towards the top, maybe 11 o'clock, and now it appears that this is carved into the surface. Now it's not dark enough, so I'm going to go to Inner Glow now. And when I start to play with the inner glow, you can see it darkens it for me. So I'll bring the opacity up, maybe the size, just to make it a bit darker. And now it appears as if it's carved directly into the marble. I'll place that file here. I'll go to the original file with the image. I don't need that anymore. I'm going to delete it. I'll open up the picture of the snake and we'll do the same thing. I'll start by going down to the black and white cookie, introducing the black and white. Then I'll go back down to the black and white cookie again, and I'll choose levels, and I'll drag the light values to the beginning of that waveform where it's pretty prominent in here. And then I'm going to go to the middle values and I'll drag that to the right, and I'm going to set the middle value to 0.74. Now I'll do the same thing so I have one layer that I can make the selection on, and we did that by going to Select All, Edit Copy Merged, and then Edit Paste. Now I want to make a selection of the values, but I'm also going to get a selection of this text, this bar down here, and this logo. So I'm going to white them out to begin with. So I'm going to hit L on the keyboard, and I'm going to get the polygon lasso tool, and I'll go in and I'll start to make these selections, and I'll fill it with white with the paint bucket, or Option Command Delete on the keyboard because I have white on the bottom. I could also get my brush if I wanted to, and I could make the hardness 100%. I could make the brush larger, and I could paint it if I chose. So maybe I'll do that as well, making sure the white's on top. And now I'm going to get my wand tool by hitting W, and I'll select the dark on the back, right click and choose similar, Command C to copy. I'll jump to the destination file, Command V to paste, Command S to save. Now in the layer window, holding down the Command key, I'll click on the picture of the snake. And again, I'll go down and select the marble layer. Turning off the snake layer now because I have the selection, I'll hit Command J and it will paste the selection we had made. And again, I need to work on this, but I'll begin by going to the layer that has the alligator, and I'll right click on it and I'll choose Copy Layer Style. Then I'll go to the layer with the snake and I'll right click and I'll choose Paste Layer Style. Now with this I might need to go in and enhance what I already have on that. So I'll go to Inner Glow, double click on it, and then I'll increase the opacity to start, and I'll play with the choke a little bit, and it's going to give me a little bit more. And I'll put the snake down here. Next we'll be working on the text.